ball finds a hole up the middle.
Steps up, goes deep left side. Receiver open, counting. Touchdown, Titans! Takes a nice shot outside the goal box, and he will break the 0-0 tie. Fantastic shot by Kenloff Solon.
Giller makes a move, a good one, opportunity here, the Bears score! The Bears strike first.
He's at the 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Bryan. Why not? What a beautiful run.
Maureen there, fights her off the puck, opportunity here, another sit, and a goal! Second chance effort for the Pioneers.
Put the icing on the cake, if you will, Michael. Go down and got to the outside and said good evening and good night.
Howdy everybody, got a good one for you this evening. A doubleheader here on TV 19 Sports at Tartan High School. We're going to start it off with the girls basketball as Tartan is going to host the North Polars. You take a look at the records there. Tartan at 9-7, North off to a 4-12 start. It is Sam Erickson and John Miller as always with you here to describe the action, and it should be a great game, shouldn't it, John?
Yeah, it should be a great doubleheader to watch. We have two Metro East teams ready to go at it.
Yeah, and you said it's a Metro East matchup. With that, we'll take a look at those standings.
Yeah, let's take a look at those Metro East standings. Currently, Tartan sitting in the middle of the pack in the Metro East at 3-3 overall, 9-6 overall, 3-3 in conference. And then you go down towards the bottom. North St. Paul is 1-5 in conference, 4-12 overall, as you were saying, Sam. But they are a very young team, and they have a lot of potential.
Well, that's where these teams are sitting in their conference. But let's take a look at some of the individual players to watch in this matchup.
Yeah, speaking of North's youth, number 23 guard Alexis Pratt's only in 8th grade, and she's their highest scorer, averaging 18 points per game. And then you have senior Abigail Schuweiler, who's averaging 10.7. Then for Tartan, they have a lot of youth as well. You have Yazaria Chevra, who averages 12.2 points per game as a freshman. Then you have number 25 guard Zaria Whitlock, a senior, averaging 8.7 points per game.
Should be a great matchup. Got a doubleheader here for you on TV 19. The girls are set to tip it off next. Don't go anywhere.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back, everybody. Awaiting the start of our first of two games here this evening. Tartan Titans hosting North Polars in girls basketball. It's a Metro East Conference matchup. You saw the records there briefly. Tartan coming in this one 9-7, North 4-12. And there's a look at one of our players to watch, Zaria Chevre. There's another look at Zaria Whitlock, another one of our players from Tartan to watch. She wins the tip. That one goes down to Chevre down low, and it's a quick 2-0 lead. Sam Erickson and John Miller here with you to bring you all the action tonight. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good, Sam. Tartan starting off the game with an easy bucket down low, and should be a good Metro East matchup.
North with it now, swinging it around. Schuweiler. Alexis Pratt into the paint. That's hard off the glass and rebounded by Zaria Whitlock.
Yeah, Alexis Pratt with a nice move right there. Unfortunately, she couldn't get the shot to go where she wanted it to.
Chevre got it again in the post, but kicks it out. Now Chevre with a head fake, takes some contact, no call, as the ball doesn't hit iron, and North will get it and go the other way.
Yeah, great no call right there. Hands up, feet were planted, no foul.
Schuweiler with it, passes off the dribble. That's Nicole Anderson. Anderson has it deflected, but it's picked up by the Polars. Here's Alexis Pratt from beyond the arc. That rattles out. Battle for the rebound. North will get it, but Lily Pfefferly was standing out of bounds. So Tartan will take the ball.
Yeah, nice shot there for Pratt. Unfortunately, it just rimmed out, but great hustle there by number 15, Lily Pfeiffer. She, unfortunately, she couldn't keep it in bounds.
And Alexis Pratt, if you missed our pregame, one of the players to watch for North, only an 8th grader for this Polar squad. But showing some confidence with 2 early shots. Sorry, John.
Yeah, no, I don't think people know truly how impressive that is to be in 8th grade and be starting on a varsity basketball team. You're playing against all these girls who are much taller, much bigger. And she's holding her own, and she's averaging 18 points per game.
And a steal coming as Zaria Chevrolet got in on the action. She played as an 8th grader last year with Tartan and is pretty much starring for this team as a 9th grader this year.
Yeah, she's averaging 12.2 points per game that we highlighted in the pregame. So the best 2 players on both of these teams are both very young players, and they'll be exciting to watch for years to come.
Yeah, for sure. Got a chance to talk to head coach Tim Ober of the Tartan Titans last year. Kind of a man known for turning programs around and believes he's got a good thing here at Tartan with a lot of good youth. And starting to see some of the results as Tartan right now at a 9-7 record, an improvement from last year.
Yeah, they have a very young team. They have 2 9th graders. They only have 1 senior on the team. So, like you said, the coach should be very excited about this. I can't blame him.
Yeah, really relying on youth. Now that 1 senior is Zaria Whitlock, one of the better players here for Tartan.
You're seeing some sloppy play to start the game. Let's see if they can get things, both these teams can get things going.
Yeah, 2-0 lead. Looks like head coach Tim Ober is going to take a timeout here for Tartan. They looked a little confused on offense. That'll be our first timeout.
Yeah, they really didn't look like they knew what they were doing on offense. Neither team did. I know North really wants to feed the ball to Pratt, and Chevra wants to get the ball for Tartan.
Yeah, well, with that timeout, take a quick look here at the Metro East standings.
Now you got Tartan sitting at 3-3 in conference, 9-6 overall. North towards the bottom at 1-5 in conference. But we were talking about they have a very young team. It's expected that they're going to take their bumps throughout the season, and you know, all they can do is build. They build some confidence, and that can reflect in the later years for these very young women.
Yeah, North, unfortunately, on a 5-game losing streak, did pick up that 1 conference win back on Tuesday, January 10th, a 54-44 win over South St. Paul. And then on the reverse side, Tartan is a 3-3 record, coming up short against Matamidi and a close one against Hill Murray, a team that's kind of sitting right with Tartan in the standings.
Yeah, you look what kicked off that 5-game losing streak, that 58-17 loss against Henry Sibley. You got to know that's probably hindered their confidence. And after that, they sort of went into a free fall. Let's see if they could get something going against this Tartan team.
As the Polars trying to rebound, but a very good Tartan team at home this evening. And another bucket for Chevrolet, making it 4-0 Tartan.
Yeah, you got to keep feeding Chevrolet down low. She's got the size. She's playing against a very smaller player, much weaker. She can definitely dominate her down low.
That one tipped by Pfefferly, and it's going to go the other way.
Yeah, North St. Paul, very sloppy. Tartan getting in the lanes, deflecting passes. They're playing good defense so far.
That shot is up and good. And after starting off a little slow, Tartan's got a couple quick buckets to have a 6-0 lead now.
Yeah, it was a great pick and roll. If she didn't shoot it right there, even though she was open, she had the roll going for her too.
That one passed ahead to Chevrolet. Takes it and gets fouled. She'll head to the line for a 3-point play.
Yeah, Chevrolet just driving down the lane or driving down open court, and she gets the and one. She's already got half of her season average of 12.2, so she's got 6 points right here. Just here taking the contact, staying with the shot. You couldn't really ask for much more. Perfect play there from Chevrolet.
Yeah, she's definitely a young star here for this Titans team. Only a freshman there, looking like an experienced varsity player.
Now she's over half of what her season average is. 7 points to start the game.
North works around, shot from outside, nearly falls after hitting the front iron. Rebound goes to North. Pfefferly kicks it back out. Pratt thinks about it, keeps the foot. That's long. Rebound kept alive, but it goes to Tartan.
Yeah, that was a perfect play right there by number 45 or 35, Dejanay McKinney. Unfortunately, number 14, Maya Walker, wasn't looking at the pass.
Alexis Pratt trying to do something off the dribble, taking it at Zaria Whitlock. And she's going to draw the contact. Looks like
starting to feel like Alexis Pratt's trying to put this whole team on her back right now. Sam's starting down 9-0, and she just can't do that. You gotta pass the ball around.
So substitution as North will bring in some fresh legs. Lily Pefferly, taking a seat on the bench. That one gets into Schuweiler. Schuweiler high off the glass, misses, follows her own shot, got the board, misses on the lane again, didn't get the kind roll. And North still held off the scoreboard.
Yeah, great job by Schuweiler to follow her own shot and get the ball back up there. Unfortunately, didn't fall.
Nice rebound. North trying to work across court. And that's going to be and one.
Yeah, North with just an errant pass. Zaria Whitlock there just to get the ball, and she gets fouled on her way back up to the hoop.
Yeah, nice job by the Polars getting the stop, but careless in their own court, turning over on the cross-court pass. Whitlock is too good for that. She'll finish off the three-point play, and it is now a 12-0 Tartan lead.
Yeah, North needs to call a timeout here if they can't. See, they're throwing way too many errant passes. They're throwing into lanes, and, I mean, I can see it from here that those passes aren't going to be completed. I don't know. I think they need a timeout, to tell you the truth, Sam. Regroup a little bit.
That one deflected away. It will stay with North. That ball unable to get above Whitlock. She makes Pratt miss off the dribble and takes it the distance.
See, Sam, they put Whitlock on Pratt, a player who's about a whole foot taller than Pratt, and she tries to throw it over. The inbounder tries to throw it over her head, and that's just not going to happen.
Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes to Chevre. Yeah, you can tell that North really wants to run that offense off the dribble with Pratt as another three-pointer for Tartan. That's Gabby Hicks, number 15, the junior guard.
Yeah, 17-0 already, Sam. The way this game's looking, I don't know if North St. Paul can make a comeback with all their youth. Just
take a look
open.
At that three just before the timeout by Hicks, as it looked like North St. Paul did, in fact, take a timeout.
I think it's about 3 plays too late there, Sam. They really need to slow things down, try not to make too many passes, and just take an open shot when you can take it, because every pass is contested. Players aren't moving. I would not be happy if I was Coach Anzel for North St. Paul.
All right, well, with the timeout, we're going to take a timeout. Remind you that we always need the help of volunteers here at TV19 Sports. If you have any interest in running the camera and enjoying yourself there, maybe doing some graphic work, generally just working behind the scenes with the TV broadcast, please contact Arlen Becker at the contact info you see there on the screen, 651-747-3821. We'd love to have you on board, and we always have a blast doing these games.
Yeah, we even had free pizza tonight, so.
There are some incentives, especially for these long doubleheaders, huh, John?
Oh, yeah, Sam, but it's a great time. It's always fun. These doubleheaders, I'm really excited for the boys' game right after this. Jordan Horn and Good News Capigal should be exciting.
Yeah, it should be one of the best matchups in the state. Another careless pass by North in their own territory, taken away and converted by Zaria Chevre.
Chevre's already got 9 points. This is just getting out of hand, Sam.
North trying to move off the dribble, drawing some contact. That is going to be a foul. It's good aggressiveness from the Polars.
Sam, I knew during warm-ups that Tartan was a much bigger team, a much faster team, you could tell, but I didn't think this was going to be the start of the game. I really thought Alexis Pratt was going to get going, but it seems to me that she's doing too much. And they're making way too many errant passes. I mean, they got to have at least 8 or 9 turnovers already in the game.
Well, John, you made a great point before that North timeout, and that Tartan put Zaria Whitlock on defense right up on Alexis Pratt because they know that Pratt's going to want to create off the dribble, and that just nullifies her. As you said, Whitlock got about a foot on her. And not to mention, 5 years of school with Pratt being an 8th grader, Whitlock being a senior.
Yeah, we saw White Bear Lake last week do that against Roseville. They put a player who was about a foot taller on their best player, Kyra Porter, for Roseville, and she couldn't do anything almost the whole game, and she's one of the best scorers in the state.
Yeah, really shut Porter down. Was able to get that 1,000th point in that game, but yeah, a low-scoring effort for her standards.
Yeah, I think she only had 8 points, and she averages 16 on the year. So you put the taller player against who's just as athletic, and it's going to work out for you.
Well, yeah, Whitlock can definitely hold her own, D'ing up a quick player like Pratt because she's real quick herself. So a miss from Tartan. Good chance here for North to get on the board.
Tell you what, though, Tartan may have missed that shot, but they're getting great looks at the basket.
Nice head fake and just off. It's North building confidence here.
Yeah, the North player really just didn't know. She was, nothing's going their way right now. She laughed the whole way down the court. And you know what? In order to get back in this game, they're going to have to laugh at it, but I don't think that's going to happen. That's another 3 there by Gabby Hicks. She's got a nice stroke from outside.
Yeah, Hicks with her second three-pointer already here. That one's knocked away.
Sam, the passing in this game for North St. Paul is just hideous.
I think this is really showing how well of a coached team this Tartan team is. Got a lot of talent on the floor, certainly for the Titans, but you see how they can react to some of those passes and convert on the other side. They're making free throws. They're making those wide open layups after getting turnovers. They're converting off those turnovers. So definitely a nice job by Tim Ober. Things are looking good for Tartan here to start the evening. Well, another timeout on the floor, so I want to take time again to remind you TV19 sports fans of another one of our great programs here on the station. That is Sports Path, where John and I host a show every other Wednesday and kind of go over some highlights and other things for your Fab 5 schools.
Yeah, it's always a good time. We have great highlights. We just recently highlighted Hockey Day in Minnesota, which was a big deal. You interviewed Matamidai. So you know what, players, if you're doing good, we'll recognize you. We'll have you in for an interview. We're hoping to have Jordan Horn and some of the Tartan players, maybe even Good News Copigo for North on the program. So check it out.
Yeah,
every other Wednesday at 7.
Studio interviews, get to hear from our Fab 5 athletes. And definitely we always love it when we get to film some of our Fab 5 schools facing off against each other as we're doing tonight. There's a look at Jordan Horn right there. He's one of your star athletes in the Fab 5. Senior now with Tartan, and I'm sure he's excited to get things going for him this evening as North and Tartan boys face off against each other after this one. Huge Metro East Conference matchup with the Titans with the only one loss and North coming into the game undefeated in conference.
Yeah, he looked pretty bored sitting over there, Sam, didn't he? I mean, I think I'm bored sitting up here, and we're calling the game.
I think that's the calm before the storm. He's getting mentally focused, getting ready. And not going to lie, I was a little surprised to see him wandering around out here, but there's still some time yet before the game.
Yeah, you got to get the players relaxed. I mean, you see the whole that's not the North varsity. That's their JV team sitting over there.
But I saw a couple guys from that North varsity team hanging over there, so both teams keeping loose here before the big matchup. You got to love this rivalry too. Same school district. A lot of kids know each other from the younger days in school, and always can be hotly contested. But at the end of the day, a lot of friendships on both sides.
Yeah, I know when we had Parker Fox in the studio, he had nothing but good things to say about Good News Copigo. And, these guys all know each other. They play tournaments against each other, but they all hang out and they all talk. And I think that what makes basketball in Minnesota really great. You see the stars even like Tyus Jones's little brother and Gary Trent. They may not be on the same team, but they're like good friends, and they build rapport with each other. And I think you see a lot of that even in the Metro East Conference.
Everybody's kind of sharing in that pride of being from Minnesota, representing Minnesota on a national level. Travel there from Alexis Pratt.
Yeah, once again, Alexis Pratt just trying to, I get what she's trying to do. She's trying to put the team on her back, but it's not going to work. You need to find some open players. But I tell you what, she looks really impressive handling the ball. Her shot may not be on today, but she looks like she's going to be a good player. I mean, she's not even a freshman. She's an 8th grader.
And looking like one of the best players on her side here. It's got to be it might be a tough learning experience, not doing too much for Alexis Pratt here tonight, but it's a good experience as well, as an 8th grader, getting pretty much invaluable experience here.
Oh yeah, that was Chevrolet's 11th point, and we're only almost 7 minutes and 15 seconds into the first half.
Pratt off the dribble again. Call comes in, and looks like we got a foul on the floor. That is going to be the 4th Tartan team foul.
I see you can follow me and Sam on social media, on Twitter at JohnTV19 and at SamTV19. Tartan boys are getting in on the Twitter action about the game, so go follow all of us on Twitter as well.
Everybody is getting ready for this big matchup. Takara Mason now, another 8th grader. That one's rejected. Chevrolet turns, no shot, and a travel before the shot as Chevrolet moved her pivot foot. Cara Mason, number 33, checked in for Tartan. 5'7" guard. And another 8th grader we have on the floor is Alexis Pratt for North with the ball, an 8th grader as well. She decides to pass. Thought about, dribbled off, and taken away by Mason. Mason's going to go the distance and convert the easy lay-in.
Sam, I don't know what other to do than to laugh right now. This is just an absolute.
Pratt throws up another one that is short.
Pratt trying to do too much. Nobody's made a basket, but she's got to be at least 0 for 6 or 7, or maybe even more than that right now.
Three-pointer from Tartan. That is off the backboard and in.
It is a weekday. The bank is still open.
Now, this was going to be somewhat of a mismatch coming into this one, but as you can see, North not even getting the rolls right now. As you look at our score, just nothing going right for the Polars.
Another turnover there. They are got to be in double digits. See, they have their whole backups in right now.
Great
and it's
pass
just going.
and excellent conversion there by McKinney on the lay-in. That was a tough. She was a little bit under the basket. Able to make it work.
Sam, this game's 33-0 right now.
And we're going to go the other way. Offensive foul for North.
Yeah, I think Pratt's getting a little too frustrated. She pushed off trying to create some space, and it's just not working. Whatever is something, I mean, ooh, yikes, Sam.
It's very easy to get frustrated out there when you see a scoreline like that.
Especially if you're just a 8th grader, you know, tensions get hot.
Oh, and McKinney slips behind the defense, misses that layup.
I think she couldn't believe she was so wide open, Sam, underneath the basket. Nobody was covering her.
And then called for over the back after the miss. So head coach Tim Ober, you see the score. He's still up on the sideline. Dedicated to the craft, that man. As he's trying to make results like this even more consistent here at Tartan, trying to become one of the premier programs in the Metro and in the state, and they're making strides every season.
I tell you what, Sam, they look like from top to bottom, they have great players. I mean, they have all their backups right now in a Metro East Conference game, and they're still blowing out North St. Paul.
It's a very good team. 8th grader on the floor, a lot of underclassmen as well we talked about for Tartan. McKinney, a junior there, does an excellent job getting the ball in a low spot on the block, but is fouled and will go to the line.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. One key thing about Tartan's conference schedule, they play Matamidi on the 10th, who are #1 in conference. That is a matchup I would like to see.
Yeah, the Titans lost to Matamidi at home not too long ago, 54-42. But yeah, it should be an interesting return matchup. Right now, it looks like Matamidi kind of in charge in the Metro East. But anything can happen. You got Hastings there at 5-1. They get a little bit of help. And that one rejected away. So the crowd reacts to Cara Mason, the 8th grader, getting a big block on defense.
Oh, she's hyped, Sam.
And I noticed on the last possession, yeah, great look there. Nice block. And I noticed on the last possession, Coach Tim Ober really giving some encouragement.
They did it!
To Mason. And North gets on the board.
The North bench is just erupted.
As Pfefferly converts the lay-in. But Tartan keeps going. McKinney a little out of control again, takes the charge. And you gotta like to see that with the North bench. I mean, this game might be over already, but they're still in it.
Yeah, they're still really hyped up. The boys and the girls, all the girls on the bench.
I mean, even for something like taking that charge, I mean, that's good, being a good teammate, you know. And you like to see those things here.
Yeah, you may be losing by a lot, but you're a very young team and you just take your bumps along the way.
And most importantly, this is all about having fun.
Oh, she got a foul on the 3 there. A little too aggressive by Gabby Hicks on that 3.
Good call by the official as Nicole Anderson, number 13, was fouled shooting the 3. So 6:45 left to go here in the first half. Tartan in control.
Let's see if North can go on a 5-0 run right here.
There's a bucket.
And you just see she goes up for the 3, and Hicks just gets a little too aggressive and slams into her on the after shot.
So it'll be 3 free throws as Anderson sinks the first 2.
If they're not scoring any points for about 11 minutes, North might go on a 5-0 run right here. And they do.
Good job by Anderson at the line, converts all 3.
Definitely has a nice shot there.
Mason to Hicks. Hicks, another one with a nice shot. She's 2 for 2 from downtown this evening. Mason driving, dishes out to McKinney. McKinney switches it around. As Ekareke rattles out. And Pfefferly with the rebound. Excuse me, that was Aurora Roberts, number 4.
Yeah, Aurora Roberts. I'll tell you what, that was a great move at the top of the key to create a shot for herself.
What a shot by Abigail Schuweiler, the lone senior on this North Polars roster.
They're on an 8-0 run.
Aurora Roberts, she's going to throw up another one. This one from distance. That's off the back iron. Whitlock raises up, gets the rebound. And boy, rolls that ball off her finger and gets it to go.
Yeah, that's 7 points now for Whitlock. North St. Paul really hasn't been able to stop her or Chevrolet down low.
Good ball movement from the Polars, and Alexis Pratt converts right under the basket. So the undersized point guard able to make one.
They're on a 10-2 run right now. Hey, high school basketball, I've seen crazier things happen.
Just Tartan better hope they're not the Timberwolves, or else this lead's going to disappear in no time.
Same, I was literally just thinking the same thing.
Just happened to hear what happened in yesterday's ball game with the local professional club.
Oh yeah, there's some bad calls there at the end of that game, but either way, they blew that themselves.
Now turnover here. That call was right on the money as Tartan throws it away.
I tell you what, this game has a totally different feel right now. North is amped up.
You see now running the point is Schuweiler. She'll bring it up the court, maybe trying to draw that defense of Whitlock away from Alexis Pratt. Whitlock still staying with Pratt. Nice aggressiveness from Nicole Anderson. She draws another foul, and Tartan at 8 team fouls, so Anderson will go to the line for 1 and 1.
Sam, I think your analysis of why Schuweiler was bringing up the ball was dead on. I was literally just about to say that if you didn't. And I honestly think that Pratt's game, she's trying to do too much when she's bringing the ball up. Just let her get spot up and score, you know? And it's because she's not, whatever she's doing as a point guard isn't working. So just put her as a shooting guard and let her shoot.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice there by Coach Ansel. I mean, she's still getting a quick touch once the ball gets across half court, but maybe taking a little bit off of her plate mentally as as you're saying, maybe trying to do too much. That way she doesn't have to, she can focus on getting the ball and then what to do after that.
Yeah, Nicole Anderson.
Not having to create all that offense.
Yeah, exactly, Sam. That was a great call. Ooh, a great block there by number 11, Kelly McCain.
McCain getting the block. North building on some confidence. Schuweiler from deep and can't get that to go. That would have been a big bucket there.
That would have cut the lead down to 20, and if they could cut it down to 10 before the half, or at least under like about 15, it could work.
Just good seeing the Polars play better basketball.
Great defense right there. Hands up. It may have been a little bit of too much contact, but
good drive by Anderson as that one gets wedged. That'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow does stay with North, however. So they'll get the ball, and they might have to get one of these varsity players out here. Yeah, Jordan Horn out there to poke it away, but looks like they got a tool on hand just for that. Must happen a lot here at the Tartan Gymnasium.
Yeah, just gets stuck right in the net there. I tell you what, North really needed that bucket, but they get the ball, jump ball. North gets the ball back. No harm, no foul.
Good thing that Tartan fan had his lucky pole with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So 35-12. As you see Pratt trying to make something happen off the dribble, gives it away to Schuweiler.
They just need to get her some easy 2-point shots.
You
she
see,
needs to just spot up and shoot.
Looks like Tartan has switched to more of a zone defense. Looked like almost a box and one as Zaria Chevrolet was doing some one-on-one defense on Schuweiler, so maybe trying to nullify what Schuweiler's done recently offensively.
Yeah, Schuweiler's had some great offensive rebounds as well.
Another open look for number 24.
Oh.
Just missed. And she's been right around the mark all night long. Schuyler again.
Go. Oh, she's got to eventually. She's got a nice shot, and they're all right there.
Yeah, you know, we saw this one that the score to start this game out. You know, as much as you know, we thought this game might be a bit of a mismatch. North's a much better team than that initial score had them at, and we saw them play a great stretch of basketball there a couple minutes ago. And as we saw in that last possession, good looks. They're just not going down, just off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
like
not getting the breaks tonight.
Like Nicole Anderson's shot right there. She's got a nice shot and just rimming out.
Here's a three-pointer from Tartan. That just rims out, and a rebound to McCain from North. But it's taken away. Good alertness from Zaria Chevre. She's going to fake the pass, takes a bump. And boy, I don't know how, but somehow Chevre ends up the worst for the wear out of that one.
I'll tell you what, if Lily Pfeiffer, she just plants her feet right there, that's a charge. She was in the right position to draw one.
Yeah, I thought there might be a charge call there, but the ref saw that feet moving, and I think they got it right. There's Ekareke making a move. That comes off the glass a little too strong. Chevre with the offensive board, and she converts.
Yeah, nice offensive rebound and put that back there by Chevre.
Victoria Jones, number 50, now in for North.
Yeah, it's Chevre's 13th point of the game.
That gets her above the season average, right, John?
It does. She averages 12.2 points per game. She's had a heck of a first half, I'll tell you that much.
I was going to say, not too bad with 2:45 left to go in the opening half, already beating your your season average.
But you know what she's thinking, Sam? She ain't done yet.
That's right. I was just going to take a look at some of the scoring highs. Chevre scoring high in the year, 20. Whitlock right behind her at 19.
You know, I'll tell you, Sam, Tartan started off playing really good defense at the beginning of the game, but they've been really handsy here in the second part of the first half, and that's just sloppy defense.
And the fouls are starting to pile up as that's the 9th team foul against Tartan. Still going to be 1-1. First shot converted there by North. And the second one is good. So that'll make it 40-14 with 2:30 left to go here in the opening half. Of course, part one of our doubleheader here this evening. Got a huge game coming after this one, as it's the big Metro East showdown. North versus Tartan.
Yeah, I tell you what, Zaria Whitlock has some handles for being one of the taller players on the team.
I believe Whitlock heading to Division I.
Tell you who else is going to head to Division I. Chevre, great player.
Going to be a couple years, but I think you're right about that, John. She might be one of the best players in the state at that time. As call from the ref, carry on Alexis Pratt. It's been a long night for the young point guard.
I tell you what, when she's a senior, she is not going to forget this game. She will not. She will remember this. And I wouldn't be surprised if this game is the opposite when she's a senior.
It'll be interesting to see a few years down the line. Takara Mason from Tartan, an 8th grader. Alexis Pratt from North, an 8th grader. See how things unfold down the line. You know, with both players already playing on varsity, they're going to have 5 years to play against each other.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a rivalry. And if you don't think they knew about each other coming into this, you're mistaken.
I think that's maybe why you saw Mason getting the block on Pratt there a little bit earlier in the game. Got a bit of a reaction. I'm sure those two know each other pretty darn well.
Oh, I'm sure they've been playing tournaments like we talked about since they were little girls.
Yeah, maybe even teammates at one time.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, you know, some AAU tournaments or something like that. 15 points now for Chevre, just having a heck of a game.
Good ball movement from the Polars. It's Nicole Anderson with it. That's Jones. Shot from McCain, good looking shot, but that can't go. And rebound to Whitlock. Number 11, McCain, got a nice little jumper. Good form, just unable to get it to fall.
That Moster has some great handles and some great hustle on this recent possession. This possession that's currently going on right now.
That's number 10, Navia Mosher, another 9th grader, one of a few here for Tartan. There's another one as that goes around the cup and out. And we're going to have a loose ball foul on Chevre. That's going to be number 10 on Tartan, so we'll go for the double bonus as Victoria Jones is going to have 2 chances from the line.
Tell you what, Sam, head coach Tim Ober is going to have a dangerous team on his hands in a couple of years. These girls are a very young squad, and look at where they are in the standings of the Metro East, sitting right in the middle of the pack. And Matamidai's got some good players, but they'll be up there.
I know some of those Matamidai players getting a little bit up there in age. Grouthouse, not sure if she's a senior quite yet.
I was just about to ask you that as well.
She might be.
Emma Grouthouse, you know, having a heck of a year. I think she was the Minnesota Women's State Player of the Week one of the weeks as well, as she put up 33 points one week.
Absolutely.
We got our Fab Five doing big things in all sports: hockey, baseball, or basketball. I'm sorry, not baseball.
Even got, we're projecting our Fab Five teams to do big things in a couple years with this Tartan team. I want to see them make a state tournament in a few seasons. Well, the buzzer sounded, but there was a foul right before, and Zaria Chevre is going to go to the line for 2. Band started to go as they thought it was halftime. Saw head coach Tim over there trying to do his best band directing as he tried to hush them, make the conditions a little better for a shooter.
It's been quite an eventful first half here, Sam.
I'm pretty sure Chevre would have made it with the band playing or not.
Jinxed her.
Yeah, maybe she would have made it with the band playing.
Oh, she's had a heck of a first half, 15 points. Very impressive. I mean, in 2 weeks, she might be our athlete of the week for the females. And she makes that second one.
Makes the second one, yep. So that will do it. The official buzzer sounds. That is the first half. It's a big one for Tartan as they lead it here. We'll have that second half for you when we get back. And the boys' game a little bit later. It's basketball here on TV 19 Sports.
We've all seen stories of conflict that ended with peace. We've seen stories of hunger and in abundance. We see stories of fear, despair, and poverty, but they can end with courage, hope, and love. With you. Be a part of writing a story that's greater than poverty. Learn how at worldvision.org.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you bacteria can hide in food and make you ill. Wow! But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean, separate, cook, and chill. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back, TV 19 sports fans. Waiting the start of the second half of the first game of our doubleheader here. There's a look at head coach Joe Janquart of the North Polar boys team. And his squad is getting ready to tip it up after we finish this one right around 8 p.m. Saw the score of our first half. Nice first half for this Tartan Titans team as they got a big lead. And boy, they sure look like a well-coached team in that first half, huh, Tim? John?
Yeah, they sure.
Calling you the head coach's name.
They sure did. Zaria Chevre with 16 points in the first half. She just absolutely dominated there. And then we see Kendra Ekariki there with 2 points.
Yeah, Tartan picking up right where they left off. Sorry about that, John. Sorry to call you Tim.
Sam, we've been doing this for how long?
Hey, I still don't know what I'm doing, so bear with me, my friend.
made me
I've
chuckle.
been doing this for a lot longer than you have, and I'm the one making the mistake, so that tells you something.
Hey, I needed a good laugh after that abomination of a first half.
Hey, nice run, though, by North at the very end. But Tartan's going to start off with their starting 5, and you saw they already got a bucket and a turnover right there.
Yeah, North already starting with the errant passes that they had in the first half. I don't know what they're thinking when they pass the ball, but I'm sure in practice they're going to be working on passing the ball
Roberts
all day.
with the miss.
See, there's another one.
Schuweiler, and that's just, not playing smart there. You don't need that fast break. Schuweiler got that rebound. Nice job by the Polars getting a stop. Why give it right back?
I feel you, Sam. I mean, we talked about it a bunch in the first half, and I don't really think there's much more to say. And there's Alexis Pratt, sorry, throat had a little thing in my throat. Alexis Pratt trying to do too much again. I mean, I know she was open, but she hasn't made a 3 all game. You don't need to take them.
Yeah, 0 for from beyond the arc. Pratt did get on the scoreboard. That one somehow didn't go. Tapped by Pratt, but right to a Tartan player. And that's Zaria Chevre. She'll make that every time.
Yeah, it's 18 points now for her, and I really think the refs are going to keep the whistles in their mouth because it looked like that should have been an and one. But, whatever makes this game go by quicker because this is just disgusting.
Not sure Tartan would have needed the extra opportunity from the charity stripe there. They get the turnover once again. As I mentioned, this looks like a very well-coached team here at Tartan, active on defense.
Oh yeah, they've been getting in the lanes. I know they got a little handsy there in the second half of the second part of the first half.
There you go.
Finally got it.
Whitlock from distance.
And they had a lot of fouls. I think they were in the double bonus, North St. Paul was, and they had a lot of free throws, which almost let them get back in the game for a couple minutes. I mean, not really, but he was getting there.
This is Gabby Hicks, number 15. Doesn't use the screen, passes it to Chevre, who was at the top of the arc. She gives to Aurora Roberts. Roberts tried to give it back to Chevre, who rolled off the screen. And you see there, Chevre saying, get it up. And she had the size advantage, wanted the ball a little bit higher.
Oh yeah, if that's a good pass, even a remotely good pass, that's an easy bucket there for Chevre.
And you see with the score, Tim Ober still on his feet for the Tartan Titans on the sideline there, coaching away, using every opportunity he can, even in a lopsided game, to make his team better and improve his players.
Yeah, there's Alexis Pratt with a nice layup right there. You see her potential, at times. That's her 4th point of the game. She averages 18 points, and I wouldn't be surprised if she got there by the end of the game, Sam.
18 points as an 8th grader, almost unheard of.
Yeah, you have Tartan's leading scorer, Chevre, who's a freshman, averaging 12, so.
That one's taken away. And I was almost getting ready to say no problem, but that one comes out. And North gets the ball, and they'll go the other way. And Pratt a little too strong as Whitlock gets the rebound. End-to-end stuff here now. Akarecki doesn't slow it up. Should get it into Chevre, and Chevre converts the close effort.
Yeah, it's 20 points now for Chevre. She's just been absolutely dominant. And like we talked about at the beginning of the game, they just need to feed Chevre down low every time, and they kind of got away from that, and that's when North went on their run.
What a cut from Alexis Pratt, and gets the layup with Whitlock trailing her. Not afraid to send it up. And Pratt gets her 6th point.
I think if Pratt gets down the little things in her game, she's going to be a heck of a player. Like the open layup that she just missed, and some ball handling mistakes, some errant passes. She gets all that down. She definitely has the skills to be a great high school basketball player and maybe get 1,000 points like we saw with Kaya Porter for Roseville.
Definitely get an early jump playing as an 8th grader. That one too far. High bounce off the rim and eventually goes out of bounds. It'll stay with North.
Yeah, I think that's Alexis Pratt. She's got to be at least 0 for 8 or 9 on threes right now. If I was the coach, I'd tell her hey, just dribble up a little closer.
You got to wonder with Whitlock, having that height advantage on her, that's kind of affected the shot. North tries to pass it in, taken away by Aurora Roberts. Roberts mishandles it trying to pass, gets it back, and now Gabby Hicks. Hicks will give to Roberts. Roberts starts to dribble, goes to the left, then to the right, takes contact, And jump ball is the call.
I think the ref just didn't, he thought it was going to be a foul, a little less contact than he thought, so he just called it a jump ball. Good call, though.
Yeah, jump is the call. Did have a player's back kind of to him, so I could see where he maybe saw that as getting tied up. Regardless, possession stays with Tartan.
Just saw Jordan Horn running across the back court. He's all geared up, ready to go. Super excited for that game, Sam.
Yeah, North Tartan boys game going to tip off shortly after this one. Jordan Horn, Good News Capedjo getting together again this year. It was a great matchup both times. They split the season series a year ago. North winning their home game, Tartan winning their home game.
And one of the games came down to a last-second Jordan Horn jump shot, about mid-range jump shot, and he just missed it with a hand in his face. You were on the call for that one.
Yeah, it was. North actually coming back down a little bit in the late stages of that one. They were down about 6 with a couple minutes to go. Good News Capedjo had a huge three-pointer towards the end of that one to kind of tie things up or put North up by one.
Watch the last Sports Path, they know that he can absolutely has some range to his game. He can shoot it from wherever on the court, and he can throw down some dunks.
Pfefferly off, goes to the other side, battle for it, and ref will say it last touch North. So the District 622 showdown, as both these teams are part of that school district. A lot of familiarity between these two teams. Gabby Hicks takes the screen, thought about the three-pointer. She's got a couple of them so far.
Yeah, she's definitely got a nice shot from outside, and she hasn't even had the ball that much here in the second half.
Tartan content with just kind of holding the ball, working around slowly. That layup too strong, and I think it's going to stay with Tartan. Yep.
Yeah, I think the refs are definitely keeping their whistles in the pocket.
Yeah, Navia Mosher trying to get the layup to go, take some contact. There's a look at both athletic directors. Of course, North athletic director in red. Tartan there in the black.
Yeah, Jed Helwig for North St. Paul. He definitely still looks into the game, so I think he's excited to see the potential that this team does have, as they're a very young team as well.
Yeah, I believe that's Brian Munter for Tartan, the athletic director. So as I was mentioning, kind of a close rivalry. You see the two athletic directors, sure, they share a lot of things in common. Discuss a few things when they see each other at the events. Nice three-pointer there by Schuweiler. She gets that one to go.
Yeah, Schuweiler averaging 10 points per game. She's got 6 right now, and it's kind of, with her size, you think she'd be more of a low post player, but both of her made shots today are both three-pointers.
And what a follow by Takara Mason. Misses the three-pointer, follows her own shot, and is fouled.
Yeah, Takara Mason, also just an 8th grader. Been very impressive today. She's had 2 threes just go in. She's got a nice shot. See if she can put it away at the free throw line as well. And she does.
Good on that first one. There's Mason with the follow, gets hacked on that right arm. Almost got the layup to go.
Sam, I think that was all ball there.
Might have to take another look at that replay.
It was, I thought it was all ball.
Mason good on both.
Gives her 8 points for the game.
And here's Nicole Anderson, number 13, gives to Schuweiler. Schuweiler pass back, three-pointer, that rattles the rim and goes out. And Takara Mason again.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have number 14 on our charts here, but she's definitely been a good player for North. She's had a couple nice shots. She looks like she's got some shooting ability there.
Let's see, we're maybe a recent call-up to this varsity squad, kind of a thin roster for North to start the season. Maybe some of the newer members to the North High program getting a look here in the later stages of the season.
Yeah, they only have 9 players listed here on their roster, so I think you're right, Sam. Definitely a later call-up.
Yeah, she's looked pretty good here. Definitely comfortable at the varsity level.
That was a nice pass right there, definitely.
Not looking too much like a fish out of water. Nicole Anderson with it. She'll go off the dribble to the left, pass back to Schuweiler. Good bounce pass from Schuweiler.
That was a great pass.
Victoria Jones from three-point range. That goes off to the right.
And Takara Mason averaging 6 points on the year. As only an 8th grader on a very deep team. It's not like she is Alexis Pratt on a very bad team. So she gets her minutes, and it looks like she uses them very, very wisely.
Yeah, I think getting a lot of minutes here purposefully by Coach Tim Ober, get her some good experience. Maybe save some of the starters who have certainly done their job for Tartan here tonight. Opened up to a huge lead. And there was no looking back for the Titans.
I tell you what, Sam, this North St. Paul passing game is just horrendous. They've had wide open players, and they'll miss passes. They've had passes they shouldn't have even thought about making, and yet they still try to make them.
What aggressiveness by Dejanay McKinney, 5'10" center. Pratt unable to handle it, foot on the line, and it'll be Tartan ball.
Once again, it's another errant turnover. Pass as well.
Tartan with it again. As you were mentioning, North struggling with those passes. Another turnover, and that's something they just can't do against this superior opponent in Tartan.
And I think that was their first play of the game. They started with the turnover, and that would be the theme of the game for them.
Baseline drive, that one's good as the right-handed lay-in is put in by Katia Cummings.
She's just a freshman as well. So like we were talking about, a very deep team, and she just drove that one right into the basket. I don't know what kind of defense North was playing right there, but you have Katia Cummings driving down the baseline. You stand right in front of her, you get her close up, you knock her out of bounds. Like, I don't know.
Just don't make it easy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a look at the District 622 superintendent of the schools in the red sweater, you just saw. There's another look. Rosaria Dawson in the red, superintendent for the District 622 schools. So I'm sure she's excited to see the action here tonight. Glad to have her in the building.
Yeah, not the Rosario Dawson from Daredevil or Punisher or anything like that.
I thought you might have switched up career paths.
Hey, you never know. The former Packers coach Mike Sherman coaches high school football now, so you never know.
They give back. I don't know if you often see a Hollywood actor turn educator, but it may have happened.
You talk about changing the world sometimes. Sometimes you might got to do it at the school level.
There you go. Regardless, that's not her. That is the District 622 school superintendent, Rosaria Dawson.
7 points now for Pratt.
9 minutes left to go here in the game. Tartan leading it big.
Tell you what, Tim, I don't know how that wasn't just a jump ball right there, but like we were talking about, refs are only going to call the very, very obvious fouls here.
I think it's a wise choice by our officiating crew. Done a good job so far here tonight.
Nice pass.
Tara Mason, how about that court vision for the 8th grader right there, seeing that play.
Shades of Ricky Rubio on that one.
I think I would take Mason over Rubio at this point. Oh, nice shot. Three-pointer. North gets another one to fall. That'll make it 62-28. That rattles the rim. Offensive rebound by McKinney.
So you're going to call a kick ball on that one. I tell you what, if I was another Metro East team or anybody that's playing Tartan, and I took the film of this game and I watched how good their depth was, I'd be afraid.
That's definitely a good point, John. A deep team, even though they're young, they got talent top to bottom here. We've seen everyone's been able to score the basketball and do something with the basketball when they have it too.
Yeah, besides those fouls at the end of the first half that they had that streak going, they've really been fundamentally sound.
Good pass up ahead by Schuweiler. Errant pass by North, but it eventually goes out to Alexis Pratt. Pratt from 3, and that high arcer falls. It's consecutive 3-pointers for North.
She got one to go. She got 10 points. I told you she would get towards that 18 points per game average.
Yeah, foul off the ball will go the other way. That one's going against Tartan. Tartan with 5 team fouls now. North with 3. Whitlock will re-enter for Tartan. 62-31, 6:45 left to go in the ball game. This is our first of 2 here this evening from Tartan High School. Got the boys tipping off next. Jordan Horn, Good News Capedgel, and the rest of the guys in what should be a great Metro East matchup.
Yes, I don't know what grade or even her name that number 14 is for North St. Paul, but if she's a younger player, she's very good.
Yeah, you definitely see that. Maybe getting some of her first opportunity here at the varsity level, but holding her own out there.
See, that's another North St. Paul pass. She should have made that pass about 5 seconds before that to Alexis Pratt, and she just didn't do it. Then the pass was errant, and she forced a turnover.
And it's definitely something you see here with the Tartan experience as well as athletic ability. They're just so much quicker to those passes on defense, but also quicker to make decisions. You saw Takara Mason kind of make that last-second dish off a few possessions ago. Just kind of having that ability is something they have over North St. Paul right now.
Yeah, we just saw that last possession, and they turned it over again.
And we will have a timeout with 5:50 left to go. With that timeout, I want to remind you of our social media.
Yeah, you can always like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TV19sports, or follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TV19sports, or at SamTV19 and at JohnTV19. We've definitely stepped up our social media action. It's a good time, so follow us on Twitter or on Facebook.
Yeah, got that new segment on the show Sports Path that we do, John, the social media montage, where we kind of throw out some of the tweets from your Fab Five schools about things that some of the teams have done, some of the individual performances, maybe some recognition players have gotten,
Shane
and some
Frost
kind of funny things as well, like Shane Frost hat, for those of you familiar. So feel free to tweet at SamTV19, at JohnTV19, and let us know what's up.
Yeah, it's always a good time. It's fun to follow high school sports on Twitter. It's
probably the best medium for it, really.
Yeah, it really is. But a lot of these players, they run their own Twitter. I know Parker Fox runs the Matamidi Twitter, and they're definitely they're really into it. I don't know if Facebook isn't a thing these days. Like when I was in high school, it really seems Twitter is blown up for them.
Yeah, you got to wonder. They're so active on Twitter. You got to wonder how their teachers feel about that.
Well, I think all their teachers are on Twitter too.
Maybe that is the world we live in now, huh, John?
I know the AD, Brian Munter, is all over Twitter for Tartan, so it's definitely the times, as he just said.
Yeah, this will be a big one. This will be talked about a lot. And as the youngsters say, believe the North Tartan boys matchup will be trending.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It'll definitely be on my Twitter. I know a lot of those guys are amped up. I posted yesterday, hey, I'm excited to watch Good News Capegel and Jordan Horn tomorrow, and it just blew up with likes and retweets, and they're definitely really into it. I know even Matamidi was liking that post as well. They definitely have a lot of respect for their teams.
Yeah, I think just generally, the Fab Five schools appreciate when we get out there and get to showcase some of their talents.
Oh yeah, definitely, Sam. And that gives 2 more there for Alexis Pratt.
And ref calls Whitlock as she's got a little antsy, stepped across that baseline, and that'll be a turnover back to North.
Yeah, I think North is kind of cashing it in right now, Sam.
Both teams definitely time to work on some things, improve, as it looks like this result is all but decided. 3-pointer from Tartan. That is good.
That was a 2-pointer there.
Yeah, it is a 2 on the line.
I think that's Sydney Bond.
Number 12.
12. Oh, I think they're playing some JV players now, Sam.
Not sure we have her listed here. But big 3 from Tartan again.
She definitely could shoot the ball. It was a nice stroke there from just right before the three-point line.
When we talk about the depth of this Tartan squad, I mean, they pull somebody that's not even on a roster off the bench, and she drains a three-pointer right off the bat.
Very impressive team. I've been all around impressed by the whole Tartan team today. You really can't pick one player. I mean, I know I could pick Yuzaria Chevre, but this whole team's been phenomenal.
So Whitlock to the line for two, 3:43 left to go in this one. Tartan is going to take the first of our doubleheader, see if the boys can do it as well. And the Titans might go 2-0 here.
Yeah, that'll put Tartan at 4-3 in conference, so they're catching up to the third-place team, Simley. And that'll put North St. Paul at 1-6. So they really have no shot at doing anything in conference, but they definitely have a team that eventually can with their young players.
And you talk about Tartan going to be right there with Simley. Big one in their next contest on Tuesday, where this Tartan squad travels to Simley. And that should be a big result. I'm going to tell you this right now, John. I'm projecting a win here for this Titan squad.
And that's at Simley too, Sam. You're going to call a win?
I'm calling a win, buddy.
Ooh, gutsy call there.
They got a close win in the first matchup on the 10th, 49-43. Another three-pointer.
Simley, one of their 2 losses, so yeah, I mean, Tartan does have a better, this will put them at 10-6. Depending on what Simley does tonight, they could be 11-8 or 12-7. So yeah, they're very close. I mean, I can't fault you there, but if you look at Tartan's schedule here, they have Simley, then they have a very good Matamidi team on the 10th.
And they got to go face off against Hill Murray again, a team that beat this Tartan team in what some would consider maybe an upset, as Hill Murray's really kind of turned things around in Metro East Conference play. That's a big win for that Pioneer squad. Another one of your Fab 5 schools, as Alexis Pratt knocks down another jumper, getting ever closer to that 18-point mark.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. I told you she would get up there. But yeah, Hill Murray beat this very good Tartan team earlier in the year, as you were just talking about.
I mean, it's a 9-point game, so nice win by Hill Murray. That was at Hill, but I know Coach Aaron Herman over there does a very good job with that Hill Murray program. Seeing some of the results to start off the season looked like it might be a bit of a down year, but they're right in the thick of things in the Metro East.
Yeah, you had Alexis Pratt right there on Takara Mason, and as we were talking about, they probably got a little rivalry going on. Both of them aren't even in high school yet.
It's got to be interesting. Schuweiler, another three-pointer.
Scored nothing but threes today.
You forget that, these girls, Mason and Pratt, spent the day at a different school.
Then they had to take a bus over to the other school, and then they probably took a bus over here.
There's Pratt just missing that shot.
Tell you what, Sam, it's the little things Pratt's got to get down. I mean, I know she's an 8th grader.
She easily could have had those 18 points.
Yes.
I mean, not a great night from three-point range. That hurt.
I think she's shooting less than 20% from the field right now, if my stats are correct.
Yeah, I'm guessing that not a lot of North players shot a whole lot better than that 20%. And timeout on the floor. We're going to take some time to remind you folks of some of our other TV19 shows, including Your Business Matters. And that is with Tom Snell and the White Bear Lake Chamber of Commerce bringing a guest who is either a business owner in White Bear or has some connection to the White Bear community. It's a 20-minute show that provides good insight into what issues are affecting your local business owners. That is Your Business Matters every Tuesday at 6 and Friday at 9:30. Your Business Matters, only on Channel 19.
Sam, normally during every blowout we talk about a certain subject, and we haven't brought it up today, but I just have to say it, Creighton-Durham Hall.
My thoughts? Good girls basketball team this year, as far as I know. Our fellow Fab Fiver, White Bear Lake in the Suburban East. I believe Creighton kind of one of the few spots ahead of them in that conference. I like that you brought that up, John. We do somehow find a way to bring Creighton-Durham Hall into some of our broadcasts, although neither of us went to school there. I have no affiliation there.
I definitely watched them a lot as a kid, though. They were in the Suburban East when I was at Park. Now Park, I don't believe, is in the Suburban East. They went down to Division 4, I think. They went down to a lesser level.
Creighton always a very good football school. When I was a little bit younger, I saw Mauer playing the state tournament with that team, and
the Gophers just recently had that Oturu, 4-star recruit for basketball, male, get the recruit there for Patino. So that's a very good steal. You keep the in-house players there for the Gophers, and things can happen.
A lot of people think he's going to be a very good player. And then that kid from Champlin Park as well. Not sure if did he commit to the Gophers, or is he still?
Not yet, I don't think so.
Yeah, one of the kind of the top recruit in the state. Tartan holding the ball here. Takara Mason with it. And less than 30 seconds to go. Looks like Tartan's going to be content to just hold the ball, run out the clock. They pick up an impressive win here this evening.
Very impressive win, and a great, you know, an in-conference win is always a big deal, and it definitely matters at the end of the season. But, you know, let's get amped up for the boys' game. It's going to be one to watch, so congratulations to Tartan on the win.
Already got a nice crowd on hand as we tick off the last couple seconds here in our first game. And there you have it. It's going to be a big win for Tartan as they win it 74-40. The Titans will improve on the year to 4-3 in the Metro East, 10-6 overall. North St. Paul is going to fall to 1-6 in the Metro East, 4-13 overall. There you have it. It's a final. Your first one of the night. Tartan takes it. We'll have game number 2 when we get back. Thanks for watching.
Johnny Miller here at TV 19 Sports, sitting here with Uzaria Chevrolet after their blowout win against North St. Paul. Uzaria Chevrolet of Tartan. What was it like to go up 33-0 at the beginning of the game?
It was actually really good. You know, we kept the energy going. It was just really good. It felt good inside, you know.
What was Coach Tim Obra telling you guys when you guys got up by that much?
You know, don't let up, don't let up, don't let up. You know, we just gotta keep the intensity going.
Yeah, what was your guys' game plan? More to just feed you guys down low, feed you and the other players down low in order to attack the North St. Paul defense?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
What was your guys' game plan? Was it to target the North St. Paul down low?
Oh, it was just to attack the rim, you know, trap down the corners, you know, play good defense, and keep it good inside, keep our heads straight.
And you're just a freshman. What's it like playing with all these older players? I know you guys got a very young team, but you're dominating throughout the whole game. What's going through your head when you're that young playing against these older players?
Man, it's actually really scary. Like before the game, I got to listen to my music. I got to stay focused. But Zaria, the other Zaria, she really gets me going. You know, she really. I don't know how to explain it, but our connection, even though she's a senior and she's going to be gone next year, what she's taught me throughout my 3 years being here is something I'm going to carry with me like throughout my whole entire life.
So she's definitely been a guide, a leader in your life. You know, she's had a lot of influence. What have you guys done together in order for her to put you in the position to be a good player?
You know, at first, going in as a seventh grader, I was actually really scared of her. But like getting to know her and her just being a natural leader and just guiding me throughout everything, school, life, basketball, it's just something, I don't know, we had connection. So it was just right away for me.
Then you guys will be playing Matamidi here in the next couple weeks. They're at the top of the conference. What will you guys need to do in order to beat them? Again.
Play as a team, you know. That's going to be our main thing, our main focus, playing as a team and staying focused throughout the whole entire game and keeping up the intention like we did today.
What do you think of all the depth that your team has from top to bottom? You have seniors all the way down to an 8th grader putting up big points for you guys.
You know, it's just right now we're young, but as we develop and as we get older, it's going to be something nice, something deadly.
Well, you definitely played a heck of a game. Where do you think you could develop your game as you go on later on in your career?
I need to be able to shoot. I got to get my range going and stuff, but other than that, I just got to focus.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Uzaria Chevrolet. Appreciate having you on TV 19, and congratulations.
Thank you.
So that'll wrap it up here with Uzaria Chevrolet having an absolutely dominating game against North St. Paul. That'll do her.